In today's video, I'm going over everything that you need to know about how to create and edit your own business directory website. And we're going to do this not by using a bunch of expensive directory plugins, but instead, I'm going to show you how to build this using completely free tools within WordPress to save you both time and money. And I'm even providing a completely free website template that I personally built. In this template, you'll have everything you need to build out a successful business directory. All you have to do is fill it in and personalize it for your needs. But don't worry, I'll show you how to do that in this video. But in order to create a website, first thing you'll need is website hosting. And the best website host that I found is one called Hostinger. And to get here, click on the Hostinger link in the description of this video or the pinned comment. Using that link will give you a special discount on your website hosting. Once on that website, click on Claim Deal, then you'll need to choose your plan. It's really up to you which plan to go with. I'd recommend the premium plan because you won't really need the most expensive plan to make this work. Next, from this page, you'll need to select the period. And the way this works is the more in advance you pay, the cheaper the hosting will be. And so I would recommend going with at least the 12-month period because doing this takes away the $5 setup fee, plus you'll get a free domain name. It also ends up being much cheaper this way. Plus, if you use coupon code Joshua Mayo, you'll get an even bigger discount. Once this is all set, click on Continue and create your account. And the final step is to enter your payment details with the coupon code and then click on Submit. And now it's time to officially set up your directory website. So on this first screen, I'm just going to go ahead and skip this question and then select Create a Website. You'll then create the login details for your website and make sure that you write these down somewhere. Then it'll ask you to choose how you'd like to build your website. It doesn't really matter which option you select. Next, it's time to choose your domain name. The domain name is what people type into their browser to get to your website. And ideally, the domain name should just be the name of your business. And so, for example, if your directory website was called Denver Local Biz, then ideally your domain name would be denverlocalbiz.com. You can also just use a temporary domain name for now, and you can come back and choose a domain name later. But after a moment, your new site will be set up, and if you click into the front end of your site, you'll see that we just have this blank page. But the goal is to turn this into a fully functioning directory website that you can start making money from, something like this. But let's go ahead and go to the back end of your website, and you can get there by clicking on your site name up here at the top left-hand corner. And now you are officially on the back end of your WordPress website. And this right here is the screen that you'll see every single time you log in, and so let's quickly go over it. This area right here just gives you a brief overview of your website. However, this screen isn't that important. You'll be spending most of your time navigating through this left sidebar here, and I'm not going to spend time going over each one of these options because we'll cover the most important ones throughout this tutorial. But the first thing that you'll want to do is install a plugin that will allow you to upload the free directory template that I built for you. So over here on the left-hand side, hover over Plugins and then click Add New. From here, you'll type in all-in-one WP migration into the search bar and then click Install Now and then activate. Once it's activated, you may have to manually refresh the page, and then over here to the left-hand side, you should see this new plugin option over here to the left. Next, you'll need to download the free template by using the link in the description of this video. This file that you download is the only file that you need to make this work. And so once that file is downloaded, head back into your WordPress dashboard, hover over the all-in-one WP migration plugin on the left sidebar, and then click on Import. And from here, it's very simple. All you have to do is just drag and drop your template file that you just downloaded into this area here. Next, follow all of the on-screen instructions, and then your import will begin. And this may take a couple of minutes, or it could happen instantly depending on how fast your internet connection is. But once your template is successfully imported, you can head to the front end of your website by clicking up here on the left, and then if you scroll through, you can see that everything everything is here from the template. And you're ready to customize this template for your own business directory. And the great thing about this template is that all of the pages are fully created and mobile responsive. The only thing you have to do is just update the information so that it's relevant to whatever directory you want to create. And so let's just say, for example, that you are interested in creating a business directory for local businesses in Kansas City, Kansas. Well, you would simply fill in all of this information here with the businesses in your area. At the moment, this example directory is for businesses in Denver. And so you would just update this to be businesses in Kansas City. Or you can niche down even more and create a directory specifically for restaurants in Kansas City. If you went that route, you could change these categories here to things like restaurants, breweries, coffee shops, food trucks, things like that. Also, if you're interested in making money with this directory, which I assume you are, I explained to you exactly how to do that in a video I created on my other channel, and I'll be sure to include a link to that video in the description of this video. And so make sure to watch that video after you finish watching this one. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about how to personalize this template, starting first with the colors and the font style. So if you are on the front end of your website and you're logged into the website, you can customize the colors and the fonts on the website by clicking up here on Customize on the top toolbar. Or if you're on the back end of your website, like the actual WordPress dashboard, you can hover over Appearance on the left sidebar and then click on Customize. Then once this page opens up, on the left sidebar here, you can see all the different options that control different parts of your website. And let's go ahead and choose Global. And all Global means is that whatever we change here, like the colors or the fonts, those changes will be made across the entire website. For example, if I click into colors, you can see here all the different color palettes that we can choose from. And if I click on one, you can see that it changes across the entire website. Or if I wanted entirely different colors than just these three presets, I can come down here and change them individually by clicking on any of these circles here and adjusting the colors manually. Now let's go back and click into typography. And when we do that, the same thing applies. We can choose from one of the presets here, which will change the font theme on the entire website, or we can come down here and change them individually. We can do things like change the body text, which is this text here, or any of these heading fonts by clicking on the pencil icon. For example, if I click into this body font, you can see here that I can change the font, size, weight, etc. But anyways, let's head out of typography and click into the buttons really quick. And you can see that there are different options to edit the buttons the same exact way. We can either choose from one of the presets, or we can do things like change the colors and the fonts of the buttons here. If you want your buttons to be larger, wider, or smaller, you can do that by adjusting the padding right here. Now, I don't normally change any of these other settings here, but you can feel free to look at these as well if you want. But if you've made any changes here, then just be sure to click on Publish at the top. Otherwise, click on the X button here. Next, I want to show you how to actually begin personalizing the content on the page, and so things like the titles, text, and the images on your site. So to edit any page on your website, click here on Edit with Elementor at the top, and your page will look like this. To the left here, you have the Elementor sidebar, which is what we'll use to customize the information on your pages. And on the right side of this editor is a preview of what your page looks like. And so to edit your website, it's actually very simple. All you have to do is click on any of the elements that you want to customize. For example, if I wanted to change this text here to say things to do in Kansas City, Kansas, all I would have to do is click on it and change the text in this box here. And this will be true for every single element on your website. You click on the element that you want to edit, and the settings for that element will open up over here to the left. Now, within the settings of any element, you'll always have these three tabs up here at the top: content, style, and advanced. And these tabs are pretty straightforward. The content tab is always where you'll edit the content of that element, such as the text or the link. The style tab is where you can change the style of the element, and so things like colors, fonts, spacing, alignment, basically anything visual about the element is changed under this tab. And then finally, the advanced tab is where all of the advanced options are for that element, and so things like padding, margins, animations, things like that. And this is how you would edit the text on your entire website, by simply clicking on it and then changing it accordingly. Now, one thing that you can do to really maximize your business directory is to use an AI tool like ChatGPT to help you to come up with ideas, categories, descriptions, and even all of the text on your website. That's exactly how I came up with all of the example text on this template. I simply used ChatGPT. And so, for example, let's say that I wanted to update or replace this sentence here under recreation. All I would do is go into ChatGPT and ask the AI to give me a sentence describing all of the different recreation things you can do in Kansas City, Kansas for my directory website. And just like that, we have our new description. And so we can copy this over into the website and then save your changes by clicking save or publish at the top right corner. And so the same exact way that you edit the text on your website, you can also edit anything else. And so let's just say, for example, that you wanted this button here that says let's go to instead say let's explore. Well, to change it, you would simply click on the button and then over here on the left hand side, change the button text here. And from this left side, you can also update things like the link. You could add an icon to the button. You can edit all of the different styling settings of the button. Just like the title, everything about this element can be edited over here on the left hand side. And so just take time to play around with these different options to familiarize yourself with all of them. Same thing if I wanted to edit the pictures. Now, I will say that some of the images on the website are set as background images and some of them are not. On this template, I intentionally set most of the images as background images. And so to update the images on this website, you can do that by first hovering over the column that the image is under and then click on the column icon. Next, you'll want to click into style and you can see that the image is right here. Now, if you needed photos for your website, in most cases, you can just go to a free website like unsplash.com or pexels.com, type in what you're looking for and choose from any of these high quality images that will make sense for the website. All of the example images on this template that you see were downloaded completely free from unsplash.com. Now, it's worth mentioning that when you're downloading images from sites like Unsplash and Pexels, what I don't want you to do is just download the full size image by clicking here, because doing that will give you a massive file size and any massive image will slow down your website, giving your visitors a bad experience. Instead, you need to download a smaller version of this image. And you can do that by first clicking on the image and then click on the arrow next to free download and choose the medium option. As in most cases, this is the best size. And once downloaded, you can drag and drop the image into the screen here to upload it into your website. Click on select, and now that image has been updated. And so I want to reiterate again that every single element on the website, minus the header and the footer of the website, which we'll go over in a little bit, can be edited the same way by simply clicking on the element and then making changes to it over here in the left sidebar. Now, as an example, I do have some of the buttons on this page linked out to other pages. And so let's go ahead and click on Let's Go under Recreation. And here you have a variety of different places that your visitors can explore under this recreation page. But what if you needed even more ideas for your directory? Well, if I head back into ChatGPT and type in, give me a list of various fun things to do in Kansas City, Kansas, you can see that the AI gives us a variety of categories to choose from. And we can do this for every single category that we want within our business directory. And again, you would edit the page the exact same way by clicking on Edit with Elementor at the top and changing the information accordingly. But anyways, once you're ready to save your changes, you can do that by clicking on Save or Publish on the top right-hand corner. Next, I want to take you just one step further and show you how to add business listings to your directory website. So first, let's click on Let's Go under Biking in Denver as an example, and you'll end up on this page right here. Here, you can see an example of the different places where people can bike while in Denver, Colorado. And so we've got these 3 different parks right here, these 3 different businesses, and right now, this link does not yet go to Red Rocks Park. So how can we fix that? Well, like we talked about earlier, you can click up here on Edit with Elementor, and while that page is loading, open up a new browser tab and type in google.com. Here, you'll want to type in Red Rocks Park, Denver, Colorado into the search bar. And for this example, since we are in the biking section of our website, you'll either want to click on the Recreation tab link under the official website here, or click on Red Rocks Park. And just use your best judgment here as to what page you think will be most helpful for your website visitor. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one here and simply right click on the address up here and click on copy. Next, go back to the page we were editing and click on the website button here under Red Rocks Park, and over here on the left side in the box under link, delete the hashtag and right click again and choose paste, and there it is, the website link. You'll also want to make sure to change this to open up in a new tab, and then click on Save or Publish, and now when you go back to the front end of your website and press the button, it takes us to the Red Rocks Park website. And we would just use the same process for every single listing on the business directory when adding links. Now, if you wanted to add a link to an internal page, meaning a page that's already on your site, then you would simply start typing that page into the link box here. For example, let's say I wanted my visitors to click this button and go to my events page. Well, in this link box, I would simply start typing in events and then choose the page, and there it is. Now, a big part of this template is that you have the ability to customize things exactly how you want. And so, like I said earlier, all of the text, the images, everything should be customized to fit your directory. And so, for example, on this biking directory part of the website, we've got these 3 different parks right here. But let's just say that hypothetically, this was the plumbing page for your directory website, and you had maybe 10 different plumbers that you wanted listed on this page. Well, right now, there are only 3 boxes available, right? And so how would you go about making more boxes? Well, within the Elementor editor, if you hover over any of the boxes and right click where it shows you the plus icon, the 6 dots, and the X, simply right click on the 6 dots and then click on the duplicate button. This will duplicate the box, and you can do this as many times as you want to fit as many businesses as you want for that page. And so in the case of the 10 plumber example, you would simply duplicate this box 7 more times to give yourself a total of 7 boxes. And then you would update the images and all of the text and the links within those boxes to fit the different plumbers on the page. You can also easily delete anything on the website by right-clicking on anything and clicking on delete. And so let's just say, for example, that on this page, you didn't want this additional section down here. Well, to delete it, the first thing I'll do is right click on the section and click on delete, and then I'll do the same exact thing for these list items down here. Right click on the section and click on delete. Next, I want to show you how to add a new section to any of your directory pages. So let's say you wanted to add a new section here. Well, to do that, you would simply hover over the section below it and click this plus icon. Doing so will give you a new section to fill with elements like text, titles, buttons, etc. And to add any new elements to a section, you can click this plus icon at the top left corner and simply drag and drop any of these elements to your page. You'll see this pink line here when you're about to drop the element, and this will show you exactly where you're placing the element. You can also drag and drop any element in this section to move them around. And you would edit any of the newly added elements the same exact way by simply clicking on them and editing them from the left-hand side. Now, as a bonus tip, if you head back to the back end of your website and go to plugins and then search for a plugin called Starter Templates, and now with this plugin installed, if we head back into Elementor and add a new section, you can see that we have this new additional icon. If you click on that icon, you can see that we can choose from different pre-made pages and pre-made blocks. Typically, the blocks are what you'll use the most, and you can filter them over here by clicking on the drop down and choosing from all the various block options. This is my preferred method of building websites because it saves you a ton of time having to design sections yourself. If you wanted to, you could also copy existing elements from other parts of the template. And so let's just say, for example, that you wanted to copy an element from the see and do page. Perhaps this black section down here that says discover even more. Well, what you would do is click on edit with Elementor on that page and then scroll down to that section, and while hovering over the section, right click on the 6 dots on top of the section and click on copy, and then head back to whatever page you wanted to paste this to, edit that page with Elementor, and then simply paste that element anywhere on the page. And you can move this section anywhere you want on the page by simply dragging and dropping it. But anyways, next I want to show you really quickly how to change your logo in the header of your website. First, make sure that you click on Publish to save any changes that you've made within Elementor. Then go to Customize, either by choosing it up here in this toolbar or by heading back to the WordPress dashboard, hovering over Appearance on the left sidebar and choosing Customize. Once you're on the Customize screen, you'll want to click right here on Header Builder, then click on Site Title and Logo, and from here click on Change Logo. You'll then have the option to upload your logo here or choose it from the media library if you uploaded one earlier. Now, if you don't already have a logo created, you can easily design one for yourself for free by going to canva.com and creating a free account. From here, you would just choose a logo from the hundreds of different logo templates that they offer, export the logo once you finish designing it, and then upload it to your website. Once the logo has been uploaded, you can change the settings of it if needed, such as the size of it, and then click on Publish. Next, scroll down to the bottom here and select Site Icon, and the Site Icon, or the favicon, is the little small icon in the browser next to your name. And this will be important to add because this little icon will be part of your brand, and so I would highly recommend creating one for your website. If you don't update this, then you'll just be stuck with this generic world icon on the browser tab, which in my opinion does not look professional. Even if your favicon was the first initial of your website, even that would look better than the generic icon. And again, you can quickly create a favicon for free on a site like Canva. But anyways, once you have your favicon, you'll select Site Icon and then upload it here. Now, when people go to your site, they'll see your personalized favicon on the browser instead of the generic world icon. But anyways, once you have this done, you'll want to add your logo to the footer of your website as well. So to do this, scroll down to the very bottom of your website and hover over the logo in the footer. When you do this, you should see these pencil icons, and you'll simply click on the pencil icon near the logo in the footer to start editing it. So once here, it'll open up in the left side here, and you'll see this small menu, and simply choose Replace. And because we already uploaded the logo earlier, choose Media Library and select the logo here. And it's worth noting that you can change any of the elements on the header and the footer of your website the same exact way, either by hovering over it on the page and clicking on the pencil icon, or by using the header builder and the footer builder down here at the bottom. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the entire template is already mobile responsive, but you can check to see what any page on your website looks like on different devices by first clicking on Edit with Elementor at the top, and then you'll see 3 icons that allow you to view your website on different devices. And so you have desktop, tablet, and mobile portraits. And so for example, if we click on tablet, you can see that the screen size will shrink down to the average tablet size, and we can just scroll through the website to make sure that everything looks good on the tablet size. Next, if we click on the phone icon, it shrinks the website down even more to accommodate the mobile viewing size. And so we would just scroll through each page again and view all of the pages using this smaller size to make sure that everything looks good. Now, one thing thing that I do want to point out is that if you edit any element on the mobile view of the website, that change will only be made on the mobile version of the website. This allows you to make your content mobile responsive when necessary, and it doesn't affect the overall look on the desktop and tablet version of your website. And as always, just make sure to save your changes once you're done by clicking on save or publish. But anyways, once you have your website personalized, I would recommend going through the entire website, clicking on all of the buttons and the links, and filling out any forms, and make sure that everything on the website is working before you share it with the world. And with this fully functional, complete template that I designed for you, you can create a professional, amazing looking business directory website in just a short time. And so congratulations on completing this tutorial and building your own directory website. You just saved yourself countless hours and potentially thousands of dollars from having to go and hire a web developer to build this for you. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me to continue making free content just like this video. And also, if you have any other suggestions for other tutorials that you want to see on this channel, use the video suggestion form located in the description down below. And until next time, take care.